Hello! I'm Johanna and I'm back with my BookTubeAthon Wrap Up video. I have a paper that says stuff because I'm bad at remembering things. So the first book I read was Champion by Morrie. This was a great third book. I loved the first book. The second one was good but not the greatest. This one was just a great finale. Just day in June. And that last little epilogue thing, oh my goodness. I was about to die. And then that epilogue made it all better. Then the next book I read was Tuesdays with Morrie, and I read this on Tuesdays. It's by Mitch Albom. And this one counted for 2 challenges: read a book you really want to read, and read a book without letting go of it. Now I did have some help with not letting go of it, because I listened to the audiobook for part of it because I had to make cookies. Was I making cookies or I was making cake? That's what I was doing. I was making cake. My mom made me. I did not. I always was touching the thing that was playing the audiobook. It was in my back pocket. I read this, so I didn't really, it was always touching my body. I did let go of it. Anyways, it was a great book, and Mitch Albom is like, great author. Just Mitch Albom. And then next book I read was Animal Farm by George Orwell, and this counted for just 1 challenge: read someone else's favorite book. It was Ariel Bissett's favorite book. She said so. So I'm like, hey, I want to read it. I haven't read it. I'm gonna read it. It's on my shelf. These pigs are weird. The pigs just, ugh. It was a good book, but the pigs. George Orwell somehow managed to make me hate every single character in the book, but I still loved the book. I don't know how that's possible, but I still loved the book. And then the next book I read was Last Light by Terry Blackstock, and this also counted for 2 challenges, which was read a book with blue on the cover, has blue on the cover, and read the last book you acquired. Now, since I started BookTubeAthon, I believe I have acquired more books. No, I don't think I have. But this was the last one I acquired, I think. Anyways, great book. Although I had read it before, and this was my 3rd time reading it, because I never continued with the series either of the times I read it. And on the 3rd read through, it gets quite predictable. Let's just say that. Anyways, it was a good book. And then the next book I read was I read St. George and the Dragon by Clifton Johnson, and it counted for a challenge: read a book by an author who shares the same first letter of your last name. So my name starts with a J. His name starts with a J. His last name starts with a J. My last name starts with a J. It's really old. It was published in like 1935 or something. It was literally the only book I could find in our house that had an author who shared the same first letter first. And you know what? After reading this book and BookTubeAthon being over, I remembered an entire series we have that has the author's last name starts with J. Anyways, it's a collection of bedtime stories by this fairy tales, whatever, by Clifton Johnson, legends, whatever. Anyways, it was good. Read it in like 2 hours because it's like a kid's book. And then the next book I read was The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I probably said that way wrong. But The Little Prince. I love this book so much. It's just amazing. It's like my second favorite book of all time. The last book I was reading but did not finish, I've barely started it, is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. As you can tell, I'm only like 100 pages in. So, I guess it's time for the stack. Except this one doesn't get to be in the stack because I didn't finish it. But I did read it was reading it during the BookTubeAthon. So I completed the 7th challenge, which was read 7 books. Which the little prince completed that. 7 books! Woo! I win! Yay! Bye!